Welcome back in another episode of NBA 2K12, and coming up next is the second game of the doubleheader for you from Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland, Ohio. But first, we're just gonna check out the ABA ball already. So for now we're here now. So a second game of the day, we're headed to Cleveland, Ohio, as the Cleveland Cavaliers will host the Atlanta Hawks. Fun fact. The Atlanta Hawks and the Cleveland Cavaliers, they met in the playoffs each other 3 times. The first playoff meeting was 2009 when the Cavaliers swept the Hawks in the semifinals. In 6 years later, since LeBron James returned to Cleveland, in 2015 Eastern Conference Finals, and the Cavs sweep against the Hawks in 4. In 2016 Eastern Conference Semifinals, also the sweep, the Cavaliers beat the Hawks. And the fun fact is, this was never seen LeBron James. LeBron James never lost in the playoffs against Atlanta Hawks during the 12-0 so far. This is why the Atlanta Hawks and the Cleveland Cavaliers, they met each other in the postseason between LeBron James take on Josh Smith or Joe Johnson. That was an interesting matchup. But let's see if the yellow jerseys for the Cavaliers, but it's not now, so there's no one's yellow jersey here. And for this game, I'll be using for both regular styles. So the Hawks are going to use the dark blue, and the Cavaliers are going to use the white shirts. This is Andre Kanshin. We'll be right back after this. Enjoy the video from Cricket Walls Arena in Cleveland, Ohio. Take it away to send them over to Kevin Harlan in Cleveland.
Welcome to 2K Sports. We've got NBA basketball for you. I'm Damon Bruce. The weekend of hoops continues. It'll be Joe Johnson and the Atlanta Hawks facing off against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And now here we go to Cleveland to join Kevin Harlan for the opening tip-off.
Thank you for tuning into this Sunday afternoon 2K Sports edition of the NBA. With Doris Burke from the sideline, I'm Eyes Steve Curran, Clark Keller. This is Kevin Harlan. Welcome to Quicken Loans Arena, where the Cavaliers will be working in a little home court mojo. A look at the State Farm starting 5. Here's Atlanta's opening lineup. Heinrich and Johnson in the backcourt. Horford is out there with Smith, and it's Collins in at the pivot spot and in the middle. And for Cleveland, Jameson Verja.
Another notice it was the 2022 last spot in the play-in tournament between the Hawks and the Cavaliers are down to the wire for the play-in spot. But in real life, the Atlanta Hawks get a job done in the play-in tournament. So it's gonna be a good game between Atlanta and Cleveland. It's gonna be a good watch out for Josh Smith taking on Kyrie Irving. Let's get started.
Then there's Caspi. Then there's Ramon Sessions. And it's Irving at the point guard position. Now here's Jameson. Irving gets to Caspi, moving the ball well. Sessions dishes to Caspi. The shot's good. Sessions making the play.
He might not get a better look than that all game. You have to get closer to him. He's not going to bite you. Get up in it. Well, there were times last year when the defensive effort just didn't seem to be there for the Hawks. I mean, they were third worst in block shots per game and second to last in steals per game.
Here's Heinrich. 6 on the shot clock. A tray. Sessions with the rebound.
He just showed you how to guard the three in textbook fashion. He got right up in his face and bothered the release. That is excellent D.
And that's not easy when you're talking about the opponent he's facing.
Doris Burke has some information for us, Doris.
Kevin, a bit ago, Byron Scott and I were able to chat. Minimizing steals is one of his big focal points in this game. He said that taking care of the ball and not giving away possessions is something that is paramount to his team's chances for success in this basketball game, guys.
Thanks for getting back to us on that report, Doris. Guys?
You know, it's really important not to be afraid of the defense over there. I mean, you can't be playing in a fearful fashion. You just got to pick your spots and execute.
Yeah, be aggressive. You know, you're right, Clark. You can't be intimidated by the speed and strength of this defense. You got to have confidence and take your shots when they're there and attack the lanes when you got an opportunity.
And Cleveland has possession following the miss by Al Horford. Takes a three. Another three for Cleveland. And it's the Hawks with the ball. It's It's a 5-point game.
You know, Antoine Jamison, after his injury, was coming off the bench for Cleveland, and it didn't quite sit too well with him. Eventually, though, he adjusted to it.
Now, here is Irving, guarded by Heinrich. Sessions against Johnson. Johnson against Sessions. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. In fact, for a star like Jamison to come off the bench, it's a big change for him. You warm up differently, you view the game differently, even if it is a part of injury rehab. So, Steve, it was an adjustment certainly for him.
Yeah, it was. It's always difficult when you're a starter and you're getting a lot of field goal attempts night after night to get moved to the bench. So for Jamison, it was an impressive adjustment that he made kind of on the fly. And I thought he eventually played really well off that bench.
And he was fouled in the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
I really like Al Horford's game. He rebounds the ball, he defends. He's a nice passer, too. And he's a guy who can score. Not a fluid post game. But you throw the ball down there, and he can score for you.
And we touched on Al Horford's passing last season. He ranked Clark first among all centers in the league with 3.5 assists a game.
Yeah, Kevin, I like his ball skills. He does a nice job handling it. He's a good passer. He can rip and run better than just about any center in the league. Excellent mobility.
Sessions passes to Barry. Easy and fun. He just crowds and making the deal look solid.
Something he does pretty often, Kevin. Nothing fancy for him on that jam. Just a textbook flush.
Clarkie put it away without a moment's hesitation. And here are the Cavaliers. It's tipped. Johnson down low. Gibson on him. Hunter from outside. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist.
Tell you what, there's not much he can't do out there, guys. And I think the big question going forward for Cleveland was, what's next? How do you move on from LeBron James leaving? And the answer for the Cavaliers, they're trying to build up their young talent base. They acquired a pick from the Clippers, so they had 2 lottery picks last summer, and they're trying to get better and build with their youth.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Samuels, he's in for Jamison. And Irving subbed in for Sessions. And the Hawks also making a change. Teague's checked in. He feeds it to Smith. And stolen by Irving. The Cavaliers trailed by 3. It's stolen by Johnson. Fires the 3. Smith with the basket on the assist by Johnson. Johnson's got 3 assists tonight. Yeah, that just wasn't the way to tip off the post-LeBron era, Steve. You're right with the kind of year they had. But you know what? Where they got their draft picks in the line. You can see they're really working to the future.
Well, they knew it was going to be extremely tough. I mean, you don't lose a transcendent player like LeBron James and expect things to be at the same level. I mean, but it was absolutely brutal. And they did find a couple. You mentioned the draft choices. So they've got some things to think about in a positive vein going forward.
What a start it's been for them from the field in this game.
You know what? It's early, but if they can keep shooting at this rate, Steve, they'll run away with this thing.
Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Johnson.
It's been a real struggle just trying to hang on to the ball for this club.
Well, Steve, that's a big reason for the deficit. I mean, they've just had trouble taking care of the ball.
Now here's Johnson. 5 points in the game. Out of bounds. They'll keep possession for the Cavaliers. Hollins is checked in, and Sessions subbed in for Daniel Gibson. Knocked loose.
Well, that's a really slick move to come up with that steal.
Well, that's the problem. Defense just isn't set up at the other end.
And sometimes when it happens that way, it almost feels like a 4-point bucket.
Easy shot. And there's Joe Johnson on the assist by Smith. That's 7 points for Johnson. Sessions against Johnson. Jacks up a three. Another three for Cleveland.
That was all about the assist there. Just a beautiful feed.
Well, that's an empty possession when you're that loose with the basketball.
Here's Pachulia. Shoots the three. Smith gets it to go, and the assist by Johnson. Johnson's got 4 assists in the game. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. The Hawks on top. They're up by 6.
Pretty good start defensively. This club forced some mistakes and took advantage, and that's how they built this lead.
And they've built the lead because not only have they forced turnovers, but they've taken care of the ball themselves. So that's a winning combination.
Don't go away. We'll see you in a moment. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. Here's Heinrich. 6-point game. So with Johnson sitting on the bench, here's the group that Larry Drew has on the floor. They got Heinrich. Marvin Williams is out there with Josh Powell. Then there's Jason Collins. And it's Teague in at the point. Now here's Sessions. He's covered closely. Samuels kicks to Sessions. And he drops it in from the low post.
It's been all about ball movement here. Great passing.
Yeah, anytime you've got an unselfish team, the ball will find the open play.
Now here's Heinrich. 5 points in the game. And here comes the break. And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Gentlemen, Josh Smith, a difference maker for this Hawks team with his effort and athleticism. Smith said, I get myself geared up to be the energy guy and wreak havoc. Be all over the floor defensively and try to do whatever I can on offense to help my team out. Guys, the whole team feeds off his great energy and athleticism.
Well, they sure do, Doris. Thanks.
And Smith, a stat sheet stuffer. I mean, Josh rebounds, he gets steals, he blocks shots. He does it all for us.
Williams' shot is good.
Boy, the Hawks were really a pretty efficient team last year shooting the basketball, and they have been for some time. They just don't get baited into taking a lot of bad shots. Most of the time, their shot quality is good.
Several teams changing it up here. Here's Gibson. He's picked up by Heinrich. And Gibson kicks to Jamison. Left block shot on the way. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Clark back to the Hawks and they're shooting. And Steve, they don't settle for lazy jumpers. First of all, what in your mind is a lazy jumper?
I think a lazy jumper is when you don't get movement before the shot goes up. You need flow to your offense to create a good possession. A lazy jumper is one where you just come down, you get no movement, and you just launch a jump shot.
Now here's Heinrich. He's got 7. That's good from Johnson on the assist by Heinrich. And it's a 10-point Hawks lead.
Boy, this is scary. You get a score rolling like this, you're in some trouble.
Yeah, you can't leave a guy like that on an island. I mean, you got to bring some help.
Gibson against Heinrich. 5 on the clock. Here's Gibson, and the running layup is good.
Carving them up inside there, Kevin. I mean, the defense has been vulnerable in there.
Yeah, that's 3 straight field goals in the paint area. That's really good offense.
Back to Johnson. For 3, Heinrich. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist. Johnson's got 5 assists in the game.
You know, after the disappointing end to their 2010 playoff push, the Hawks decided to make a change at the head coaching position and went with Larry Drew at the helm.
out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. Sessions checked in for Daniel Gibson. The Hawks are making a switch on the floor. Tries to save it, out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. Clark back to Drew. They had Mike Woodson. He took him to the playoffs, but Larry Drew takes his place. Drew was on his staff. It was scrutinized early, but, you know, Steve, he took him back into the playoffs and deep into the playoffs.
Well, and that was their goal. They wanted to get back to winning a series in the postseason, and Drew was able to do that. They beat Orlando in the first round, and then they gave Chicago all they could handle in round 2.
Johnson gathers, and he converts the layup. Johnson's got 11 points. The Cavaliers trail by 11. Sessions with it. He's got 8. 3 for Cashby. The shot's good. Sessions making him pay. Sessions got 4 assists now too. Here's Horford. Again, the Hawks good for 2.
And I think one of the things that Josh Smith has really improved on is his shot selection. He used to really fire away from the three-point line, and as a result, his shooting percentages were very low. But now he's become a 50% range type shooter because he's become much smarter with his offensive choices.
18 feet away. Again, the Hawks good for 2.
He's been key for this team's offense the way he's distributed the ball.
Yeah, you know, the offense is just moving through him, Steve. No doubt.
This one for 3. And Antoine Henderson, the ball leads. 3 points for Henderson. Come back to that shot selection comment of Steve. You think he's become more committed to getting chances close in?
I think he's made great improvement in that area, Kevin. I really do. I think there's still plenty of room for him to grow, but he's made tremendous strides there. And I think it's part of him just kind of figuring out how he can be most effective on the floor. And that just, again, comes with becoming a veteran. You can't have maturity without time and experience. You need both.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Hollins is checked in, and Daniel Gibson subbed in for Irvin. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
The owner of the team sent his son as a paid dividends with the #1 pick and multiple picks in the top 10. After the season they had, maybe this was the luck they needed to turn things around. Guys?
And as always, Doris, thank you.
You know, as a native Buckeye, it was hard to watch the Cavs struggle as they did. I hope they get back on track this year.
Here's Wilkins.
Opportunity to go 2 for 1 here if they want.
Steve, let's see if they go for it.
Smith dishes to Johnson. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. From 7, hits it off the backboard. Sessions got 10 points.
Terrific shot there. He had a taller defender on him, but he created just enough space to get the jumper up inside.
He gets to Pachulia. Good look. And the Hawks getting another basket right there.
Getting out in transition, guys. They're coming fast and furious.
They've got the D gasping for breath here with 7 straight fast break points now, Steve.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And he makes the first. That one falls, so he hits both of them. 9 seconds left here in the second. With 1 on the clock, a miraculous buzzer beater.
Well, I love how he kept his cool there. Low stress, not a care in the world.
You're right.
Oh, man, with time running down, knowing that you need to hurry up and get that shot off, and yet he takes his time and knocks it down.
And so we wrap up the first half.
Tremendous output from Johnson. He's got 16 points and a huge helping of assists as well.
Now, he's a maestro, Clark. I mean, the conductor of this offense, putting on a fantastic performance.
Hawks lead by 8.
Sunday, a great day for basketball if you ask me, so let's recap all the action here on HP at the half. For the Atlanta Hawks, they have the lead against Cleveland. They've been causing havoc defensively, ratcheting up the pressure, forcing steals. A terrific first half from Joe Johnson. His shooting percentage off the charts right now. He's got the magic touch from the field, no question about it. And the Cavaliers, boy, they're putting up a fight. Their bench is giving them a huge lift offensively, coming up big. Ramon Sessions coming up big. He's got 10 points and has kept everyone else involved, piling up the assists. Some very impressive basketball being played by these two in today's game. We'll want to keep it going in the second. That'll just about do it here at the HP Halftime Report. The rest of the game coming right up.
And we welcome you back to the Q here in Cleveland, Ohio. A gorgeous night on the shores of Lake Erie. The Hawks leading by 8.
Yep, I think it's pretty clear the higher you get, the harder the fall is to the bottom, and the Cavs found that out last year as they tried to rebuild, and it was as unpleasant as a season could be.
Jamison and Verajao in the middle. Then there's Ramon Sessions. Then there's Caspi. And it's Irving at point. So that's who's on the floor for the Cavaliers. And here's Sessions after the three-pointer from Joe Johnson. There's Jamison. The shot's good. Sessions making the play. Sessions got his 6th assist on the night. Top to bottom, no pun intended, it was horrible for the Cavs. First time a team goes from the best record to the worst record in a year. Steve, that was a dubious distinction.
Well, we all know why it happened. I mean, it's based on one man, LeBron James. So talented, such a great player. Once he was gone, basically the entire foundation fell apart for Cleveland. So we'll see what happens as they attempt to rebuild without their star. Another three, and we've just seen a barrage from long range here in the second half.
Well, they have come out blazing, and defensively, it's hard to deny that shot. I mean, that's a lot of ground to cover when a team spreads you out like they do.
Anthony Barker's checked in for Cleveland.
Let's go, Cavaliers!
Nice job, Cavalier girls. What do you say, fans?
Here's Parker. Verajao with a screen on Heinrich. From the arc, another three for Cleveland.
3 for 3. Gotta like this hot start in the third quarter.
Deflected. The Cavaliers trail by 10. Irving, that's it. Misses the layup. Balanced scoring, Clark and Steve, for them. They're moving it well.
Yeah, you love to see teams share the shoots. Everybody getting a touch, everybody enjoying an opportunity to score. That makes it a lot of fun for everybody on the court.
You know, it sounds better when you say it than watching it. Okay? I like better when you say it. Sharon?
That should be illegal, Kevin. Boy, that is an alley-oop of the highest order on the front and back end.
Oh, play they've been working on, I'm sure.
That's got to be the case because that was impeccable timing.
Josh Smith has always been so talented for that Atlanta Hawks team. But last season, I think he matured quite a bit. He became a team captain and really took on more of a leadership role for the Atlanta squad.
Here's Smith. 20 points for him. Caspi is going to be hit with the blocking call. That's his first foul.
It's such a tough call to make as a ref, but I think he got it right. The defender was not set.
Yeah, I thought he was leaning as well, Steve.
Knocked away. Stolen by Verajao.
Well, that was not an easy play, but he made it look routine.
And stolen by Horford. Smith outside. Kicks to Collins. High post try. Again, the Hawks good for 2. Going back to Smith, he has become a bit of an elder statesman. Wouldn't you think, Clark, for the Hawks, as this is his 8th season with that team?
Amazing. I didn't realize he had been around that long. It's hard to believe that's the case, but he's definitely taken the younger Hawks under his wing please, Kevin, don't believe for a second I intended that pun.
I didn't believe it at all.
Okay.
Irving passes to Caspi. That's Johnson picking him up. Wasted no time on that one. 8 points for him. The Hawks leading by 13. Smith gets it to go on the assist by Johnson. Johnson's got 9 assists now tonight. And here is Parker.
Get the perimeter! Get the perimeter!
Tough season last year for Cleveland. A disaster, really, losing LeBron James and then falling apart as a team. In fact, they couldn't even succeed against the weaker Eastern Conference, scoring just 15 and 37.
Both teams will make substitutions. And he sinks the second. Here's Heinrich. 13 points in the game. Here's Williams. Pachulia inside. He's guarded by Verizon. And he was champed in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Here's Irving. He has 6. Johnson against Parker. Here's Irving. He's picked up by Heinrich. And that one's good. Irving's got 9 points. Back to the Cavs. You know opponents would smell blood against them for a while, too, in the East.
Yeah, and I mean, they went through a stretch where they lost, what, 20-plus games in a row?
Yes.
And, you know, teams were desperately trying not to be the team that ended that losing streak, so they had a lot of things working against them, not to mention a depletion of talent and personnel from prior season.
With a coach, a brand new coach, and Byron Scott, who was used to winning.
Yeah, no question about that.
Tough environment.
Yeah, very difficult.
And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And the Cavaliers with some changes. Hollins is checked in, and Sessions subbed in for Anthony Parker. Here's Heinrich. 15 points in the game. Here's Johnson. Good, and Heinrich gets the assist. Heinrich's got his 7th assist in the game.
Another great job of moving the basketball and finding a good shot.
Steve, that's been the theme for them so far. I mean, they've really worked well as a unit together, and the assist totals echo that.
Johnson against Sessions. Fires from deep. And Heinrich gets it to go down on the assist by Johnson. Johnson's got 10 assists here tonight. So active.
I got ball!
They need this. Here's Sessions. It's a little short, but gets the friendly roll. Sessions got 12. Tipped.
Well, that was a serious heave there. You can't blame him too much for not being able to corral it in.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. What can you say? Joe Johnson, an impressive effort here today.
Yeah, we have, Kevin, and that's exactly what this team needed from him. He's been terrific.
And you know what, Steve? A double-double in 3 quarters of play, guys. I mean, that's nothing to complain about.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. So as we get rolling here in the fourth, let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for the Sprite Spark Report. Doris?
Hi, guys. Well, it was the stretch by the Hawks that garners the Sprite Spark today. It's been defense, defense, and more defense all game as they keep adding to their lead. This kind of defensive pressure is exactly what they've been looking for, and it's worked wonders so far.
Thank you, Doris. Everything really clicked for them, Clark, during that run.
Yeah, it sure did. I mean, it ignited them offensively.
To the point, Clark, where they were really in complete control at that end of the floor.
All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court for Atlanta, Williams and Smith are in there at the forward positions. Damian Wilkins out there with Teague, and it's Collins into the foul. Here's Teague. Smith outside. Stripped away.
He only had one giveaway in the first half, but he's been much sloppier since the break. The turnover totals have soared.
You give him an opening like that one, he'll take advantage.
Great looking transition that time, guys.
Pushes it down.
He is so fast. I don't know how you stop him when he's coming right at you like that.
Here's Gibson. A ways to get back into it, but they've got some time.
Key is to avoid mistakes and make each possession count.
Yeah, and I think the tendency can be to really rush or push the game a little bit. I think they need to avoid that.
It's stolen by Smith.
Well, I tell you what, after turning the ball over so much in the first half, guys, he's really settled down nicely since and doesn't have any turnover since the break.
There's the bucket. Good. Smith's got 12 points in just the second half.
Turnover problems for them, and they've just looked lackluster out there.
Yeah, sometimes you have off games, but you always have to bring the effort, and I'm not sure I'm seeing that right now.
And the Cavaliers call time here.
Well, Atlanta was a playoff team a year ago, and they won their share of games. But they didn't appear to be a contender. And despite all the talent that they've had the last few years, you just have to wonder which direction this franchise is headed.
The Hawks are making a switch on the floor. Horford's checked in. Irving jumps up. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
Seems to be recovering after that rough first half. They're starting to play well here.
Steve, that remark you had about Atlanta kind of backed into the playoffs. But Clark, they woke up when they got there.
They did. I mean, it seemed like they were sleepwalking through the regular season, inconsistent and not being able to put together any kind of strong winning streaks. But when the playoffs came around, they showed you what we thought we were going to see during the regular season.
Yeah, you're right. Now, here is Smith. The dish out to T. Here's the three. Another three for Atlanta.
They can do no wrong offensively.
Everything's dropping, guys, and that confidence, it gets infectious and contagious.
Get down, get down.
Irving kicks to Verajao. Gets himself open and drills it.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
Well, they continue to find the open. Selfishly, this is true team basketball we're seeing. Great defensive play there. He got position, got his feet set, and drew the charge.
And that's a sacrifice of the body. I mean, to get run over like that, he showed some grit and sacrifice there.
Manny Harris is checked in for Sessions. Sinks the triple. He's got 12 points here in the second half.
Guys, he's really shot the ball well. It's definitely not his fault they find themselves trailing in this. So now it's twice we've seen the offense collapse. That's back-to-back empty trips because of turnover.
And that's going to be a problem because now all of a sudden you start turning the ball over and you lose all offensive rhythm and flow.
Nice shot by Smith.
The lift they've gotten from him today has been huge. I mean, he's been steady offensively and has helped them get out in front here so far.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. They're down by 15. There's 1:54 left in the fourth. And making a change here, the Cavaliers. Sessions is checked in. Joe Johnson, he's checked in for the Hawks. Heinrich comes in for Jeff Teague. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Yes, during that break, Coach Byron Scott had some words for his team. It didn't take long to figure out he was angry, saying to the team, you can't expect to win turning the ball over as often as we are. It's not going to happen, guys, unless you start using your heads out there.
Thanks again, Doris. And the basket by Johnson.
Boy, this is a shooting exhibition, guys. I mean, he's not wasting any of his chances.
Now Irvin. Back to Jamison. Working on Horford. Let's go. Antoine Jamison again.
Well, for one, he hasn't let him down. I mean, but a few other guys need to pick up the pace if they're going to be good.
And Heinrich gets it to go.
Looking to close this game out strong here.
Yeah, this one will be put away. If they can get just a few more buckets, you can put it on ice.
Caspi for three. And another three for Cleveland.
You know, he's always been like a bad window washer, a streaky shooter. I mean, he's definitely in one of those grooves right now.
Smith with it. The three. And Heinrich with the basket, the assist by Smith. Heinrich's got 13 points in the second half.
He's showing no signs of letting up here.
Here's Sessions. Josh Smith pulls it in.
Now you had a defender draped all over. Not really the best shot there.
Well, not the shot you hope for when it's well contested like that.
Got that one up quick. Smith's got 31 points.
This is some kind of performance we're seeing from him today. He is yet to miss a shot.
And so here is Atlanta. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Out of bounds. And they retain possession.
And it took a gamble there to try to disrupt that pass.
Yeah, he couldn't quite get a hold of it, but still a nice play.
Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Johnson. Right up.
Cavaliers foul ball. On home session. First personal foul, teams first.
First one falls for.
Oh my God, I just got that.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Oh my God, I just got that.
We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Tries it from the top of the key, but they retain possession. And that one's good, Irving. Clark, competent play we're seeing out of him.
Yeah, no question about it. Like they say on the playground, scoreboard.
And Heinrich gets it to go.
And that ought to do it. That should seal the deal.
Yep, I agree. Closing it out with relish.
Outside, Jamison. There's a screen. Again, the Cavaliers score.
And defensively, remember, you got to fight through screens to avoid giving up open looks.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Steve. And the defense has to go over the top of that screen. I mean, that's how they get it done.
And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play. They showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
Well, it's time to say so long. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew thanking you for tuning in. Now it's time to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Josh Smith.
That's it. Do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin. So now, tomorrow night, we're heading to Memphis, Tennessee, as the Memphis Grizzlies host the Houston Rockets. And now tomorrow we see the conference championship will have starts tomorrow night. As which 4 teams are on the line will go to which 2 teams are on their way to Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans. First match of the day, the Washington Commanders take on the Philadelphia Eagles, and in the second game, the bitter rival in the AFC features Josh Allen, the Buffalo Bills take on Patrick Mahomes of the Kansas City Chiefs. As the NFC Championship game, Washington Commanders take on Philadelphia Eagles, and the AFC Championship game, the Buffalo Bills take on the Kansas City Chiefs. And now, which 2 teams who secure a spot in New Orleans for Super Bowl 59? We'll see what about this. That'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin as the Atlanta Hawks beat the Cleveland Cavaliers 103-86. And on my partner, this is Andre Kenshin. Say so long, and we'll see you tomorrow at the FedEx Forum between the Houston Rockets take on the Memphis Grizzlies game. Sign up for now, and peace up. Say so long at the Q in Cleveland, Ohio. Sign up and peace out. Good night!